Hey, what's going on here? Allison, didn't I ask you to start practice? Why are y'all still stretching?
I'm tired.
I'm sleepy.
I'm so unmotivated.
Listen, I am chronically exhausted, but guess what? I'm here and I'm ready to practice, so get on up. Oh my God.
Jeez.
Y'all, come on. Are you not excited to minister? God has gifted each and every one of you to be his hands and his feet. I feel like we need to go back to the place where we first believed him. Are y'all done or are y'all finished?
Done.
Don't y'all remember what it was like to first get saved? I remember being so excited, and that excitement should never end. Man, we have gotten so lazy, especially since we came back to church after the shutdown. I mean, it's really sad. I remember meeting the Vinson family through my sister back in 1998. I wasn't saved yet, but when my sister hung out with the girls, I would come along sometimes. I used to go to Elder Lisa's house and get my hair braided. Ariel was just a baby. My sister would bring me by pastor's house, and co-pastor would be walking around in her little robe and say, "Hi," in her little sweet voice. I just remember being like, wow, these people sure are wholesome. And I mean that in a good way. I wasn't raised in the church, and I didn't have any saved friends. I didn't even know what that was. So I had never met anyone like them. But what I did know from visiting Hawthorne, that when I was ready to be saved, I would be making my way down to 3269 Old Concord Road, because God was moving there. I came to the ministry lost, scared, and broken. Not to mention very pregnant at 19 years old. But I was welcomed with open arms. It felt like home. It was the smiles, the hugs, and the love for me. 22 years ago, right over there in Building A, I got baptized with my firstborn in my belly, and was filled with the Holy Ghost not too much later, and I never turned back. It felt like family. Through the ups and downs of life, Apostle and First Lady Vinson taught me how to hold on, be strong, and keep the faith. They took me in as a daughter. Sometimes I would spend my last few dollars on gas as a single mom just to get to church. And nobody knew but God. But Sunday service would end and Mom V would call me over and put triple folded money in my hand. You know how she does. She's a humble giver. Every word that was spoken over my life by Tommy and Carolyn, I have written down, because I trust what God is doing in them. I may have came in completely lost, but when God comes back to get us, I will be found healed, delivered, and set free from every stronghold that had me bound. And as God continues to move here I am.
I remember listening to Bible study one night, and I was the one that was dropped off. I looked around and no one was left. I remember leaving the Methodist church I attended at noon and speedily racing to Smyrna to still hear the choir, feel the move of God, and listen to the word. There was a riptide in my life that spat me out at 3269 Old Concord Road. Thank you to the dad that emitted pride and made me feel like a son when I told him that I bought my first house, exhorted me to pray in the process when dating my spouse, and to the mom that encouraged me on the steps of a small Alabama church that God would take my gift around the world, then spoke into my life about God giving me a beautiful family. I'm a stronger man because of you, a better husband and father too. Your tears have watered where others have planted. You still soar while some have landed. As she knees from the prayers you've prayed, your lies speak volumes without saying a word. I'm so glad that I stayed.
Yo, that's dope, bro. But I was born into the church. God brought my mother Shelley and my father Jerome and created a perfect union in his sight. And through them, I came into the world. I can remember from a young age when all the pews were filled and people couldn't even find a seat. Even during this time, people would come from near and far to come to our service. I went from the baby room in High Point Christian Academy, where I also graduated from, making my way to Children's Church, then to Youth of Excellence, then on to the youth department. Now I'm here as an adult. Many of my peers who I grew up with have veered away, but I stayed out of obedience. I've gained so many mentors that have helped me navigate through life. Not only that, but the consistent preaching of holiness or hell from our pastors has guided me over and over again, ensuring that I am not deceiving myself. I've definitely grown in this ministry and couldn't imagine where I would be without it. So I'm thankful. I'm still here.
Who knew that 2022 I would still be here with you, ensuring that I had the tools to make it into heaven was always in your view. You've both poured from a pure heart into me that has helped me to stay free. Ooh, freedom. Prophecy reminding me that I was not forgotten was given to me in the middle of your sermon. You walked across the front with me like a true gentleman. There was always a place for me here to serve while I stayed under your covering. This journey I've been on sometimes felt unbalanced, and there were mornings that I had to press my way to see what the word was for the day. While childhood friends who grew up with me made their exit, I chose to remain and am better because of it.
I am still here, and it's by the grace of God.